Today, I interviewed an AI founder who researches machine learning at his university.
I'm in the machine learning kind of side where I take like data and I basically do pattern recognition or like data extrapolation in a way that on a scale that humans couldn't ever do.
The idea for his app came from a need from his friends.
So that's my friend Elijah. He came to me, he was like, yo, what if you made it like a permanent thing, like a Life 360 kind of beat?
Now, he vibe coded his app, so I just had to say, what was the experience like using AI to develop that app?
It'll agree and support everything you do.
My name's Haroon Nota, and welcome to the AI Founder Series.
Min, it's great to have you on today.
Nice to meet you too, man. Glad to be here.
Of course. Now, I saw your platform Pod, and I real quickly want to talk about that with you. What is that platform and who is it for?
So Bot is basically Life 360 for friends. You know, I don't want my location data being sold, and I'm also tired of my battery life being used, especially when no one's really looking at me. So I decided to build my own for my friends.
Interesting. Now, me and you talked about it behind the scenes that you
Muted yourself.
Yep, by accident, but that you got AI to help you build that app. What was that experience like getting AI or getting AI to help you build that app? And also, what did you use specifically?
I'm a proud fan of Claude Code. Honestly, the app wouldn't have been possible if I using Claude Code. Anthropic might be the GOAT company right now. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a betting man, Anthropic is the GOAT company. As a one-man team, especially writing without Claude Code, without AI, might have been impossible for me at this kind of time frame. And yeah, no, I guess I'm an addict.
Yeah. Fair enough. Honestly, there's something addicting about Claude. The way that they do their UI, it makes it feel like, oh my God, every time I even prompt like, what's the weather today? It's like, it looks like you're doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Is that just me?
No, I agree with you. Honestly, I just think like, you know, Anthropic, if you're out there, you're watching this video, you're listening somehow, like, come on, give me an interview.
You know what? Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy
unique. I like the colors. I like the logo. It just looks like a little human.
Exactly. I get that. Now, look, in the process, how long did it take you with AI to build Pod, like the app and the website and everything like that?
Honestly, if I weren't building a location tracking app where I had to go outside and test it manually because iOS is a pain in the ass with it. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's a pain where like your location can be throttled for whatever reasons, like battery, iOS limiting, too many background issues running. I could have probably gotten it out by like the 4-month mark onto the App Store, but you know, I'm reaching the 9-month mark right now, and I'm still going through issues with debugging and testing. But you know, Claude has been a lifesaver.
Besides Claude, like what else is in your stack, or is it literally just Claude?
I use Codex sometimes. It's just basic VS Code. TestFlight on iOS is the testing platform we use, but most of it is just writing my own basic scripts for testing and validation and running it on TestFlight on the App Store, going around driving and just praying that it works.
Interesting. Now, I want to take a back step real quickly to your study at Florida State University, right?
Yeah. No, okay. University of Florida.
University of Florida. Now, you're studying, I'm pretty sure it's CS, right? And you've recently done some AI research project in that. I want to go back to high school. How did you decide I want to do CS?
In high school, like I always kind of just knew that I wanted to do CS because I thought it was such a broad topic that I can just like go into anything. Originally, honestly, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Like that's where my passion's always been. I grew up watching nature documentaries, but honestly, like as like the environment has gotten worse and like we're not making any progress, I realized that like as one man, if I'm just one marine biologist, I probably won't be able to have as much of an impact as I would if I did computer science in marine biology. So that's initially what I came into CS for. Like I was kind of a bum in high school, I'm not gonna lie. I got to my class, I had to do enrollment, but I wasn't really focused. I wasn't really doing much for CS specifically. But then when I got to college, I met this professor, I met my friends, they were all cracked. And I was like, oh my God, I've been lacking. Like I should have been like doing research first. I met this one guy, his name is Robert Kahn. Shout out, he's my current manager. Great guy, the genius, by the way. I met him and I was like, oh my God, this is like what like I should have been doing in my time. He did like hackathons and like coding competitions.
This episode is sponsored by Blackfire Cyber Insurance. The fact is, you not only need cybersecurity to protect yourself from hackings and breaches, but you also need cyber insurance to protect yourself financially from the aftermath of the breach. And if you're interested in protecting your business financially from a cyber attack, go to blackfirecyberinsurance.com today for a free quote.
And yeah, he was like a great role model. So I was like, oh my God, I got to get my head in the game. And yeah, that's basically why I came into CS.
Interesting. But what part, now you're doing AI research, right? Now I know that's very recent, but you got to tell me more about that because that's what I'm really interested in.
I'd like to make the distinction that I'm doing machine learning research. I wouldn't say I'm doing AI research because AI is like artificial intelligence is like it's different as it's like chatbots and that kind of stuff, like where you're talking to, it simulates human intelligence. I'm
Yeah.
on the machine learning kind of side where I take like data and I basically do pattern recognition or like data extrapolation in a way that on a scale that humans couldn't ever do, but they could do it at a smaller scale. Like,
Interesting.
what I'm working on is predicting antibiotic resistance in Streptococcus. Shout out my professor, Dr. Marini. The guy took me on and as an undergraduate, and I'm very happy for that.
Interesting. So it's like using AI to find these different things, or like, as you said, machine learning is how you phrased it. What
Yeah.
have you, like, throughout your experience, right? You've founded this company using AI. You're studying AI
It's
at
an app. I don't want to
app,
go too far
right?
with it. It's an app, but
No,
I
yeah,
wish
this
it
app.
was large enough to be a company, but it's just an app right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, what like inspired? You said it was the fact that Life 360 was just taking too much battery, and it was just like doing all these things, and iOS throttling is what you said, right?
No, that's like the idea behind building it. But the reason I actually built it was because my friend group, honestly, we're a bunch of guys. We are horrible at planning anything. And the app originally had a different idea. The app was supposed to be like when you go on like trips and such, you would join like a party and then you could place like where you want to go during the party. So like let's say me and you went to Miami, right? Or like we go somewhere in Miami, like you want to go somewhere, you want to go to this restaurant with your friends, but I want to go take pictures at the beach or whatever. Like I can say that I'm going to the beach with these amount of people, and while we're still in the same group, and we can see like, oh, he's gonna be there till 5:30, till 6:30. But then I thought to myself, I was like, honestly, like how often is my friend group even going on trips like this? Like we're in college, like we're pretty far apart. We go on this like once a year. Am I really gonna make people download an app just to see each other and go on these trips like once a year? So that's my friend Elijah. He came to me. He was like, "Yo, what if you made it like a permanent thing, like a Life 360 kind of beat, where it was you stay in this pod permanently, and that way you could just let your friends know your schedule and stuff." And I was like, "Yo, like this guy might be a genius." Like, and that's where I pivoted it to.
Interesting. Now, going back to the building of Pod, right? Actually, you coding it with and using AI. Was there anything that AI missed while it was making or while it was helping you that you had to go in and manually fix?
I wouldn't say it's so much as like AI missing stuff, more as my like understanding of the way I was trying to build this app was kind of flawed because in like it'll agree and support everything you do. And that's the issue. At the beginning, I was using it as this supporter who's like an angel in my ear. And he's telling me like, oh my God, this is great. Like you're on the next genius idea. And I went along with that. But nowadays I kind of use it more as like a devil on my shoulder where he's telling me like, yo, this is wrong, this is trash. Like I have to like argue with it and disagree. That way, like I get like a really solid idea of what I'm actually trying to build. And at first, when he was like whispering all these sweet nothings to me, it was like I was trying to build location in a way that like tracked you like almost exactly like Life 360 did, where they have like continuous tracking and like your history of everything. And I actually did manage to implement that, but the issue was like as one guy, my code is not so clean. So the amount of battery that the app used was through the roof. Like I thought it was fine one day because I was testing it. You know, I had my phone plugged in, I was like coding, and then I was like, oh, like, yeah, that's fine. Like, but I never noticed my battery actually draining until one day I put it on test flight. I got my sister and she worked at Universal. She was driving back and forth to Universal. And then she texted me. She was like, damn, like my battery is gone. I go into iOS and like look at my battery, it used like 47% of her battery, and it was only like 8 hours into the day. And I was like, yo, you gotta delete that immediately, and I gotta fix that. And that's where I went back. I was like, yo, like why on earth was it using so much battery? Like I thought Life 360 like was able to track location, and it only uses like on a normal day like 4 or 6%. And I was like, wow, there's like it's absurd why it was doing that.
It's using 10
And so
times
I
the
actually had to
amount.
go back and like sit there, and like it wasn't even a coding issue. It was just a fundamental like technical issue where I had to think about like, is Life 360 actually doing this continuous tracking, or do they have some other method? And I could go into the nitty gritty, but basically, there's just this other way that iOS uses geofences, like these large, like low power radiuses, in order to track your location that I am using right now currently. And that helped fix my problem, basically.
Interesting. Now, let's say if you built it the old way. Now I'm talking about coding it yourself, not being able to use LLMs or Claude Code. How do you think the progress would be right now?
I think if I was building it the old way, I would have probably had a team of people. I probably wouldn't be building this solo. I would have asked my friends to help me out because this is definitely not a one-man job. This is like
Yeah.
a minimum like seven-man job, like on each like different part. And but honestly, I'm pretty glad that right now at least I don't have a team because I got to choose like the entire direction I wanted to go with it. I didn't have anyone telling me like, "Yo, this is like trash. This is ugly. It's a bad idea." I got to take my idea and run with it, and I'll probably get someone on the team. I'm looking for people, but until then, like if I had to go back and do this manually, I definitely would have a team. It'd be a lot slower. I wouldn't be doing so much testing and validation as I would be like drawing on a whiteboard, like why would this plan work? Like actually, this way, like in the modern times, I get to test and iterate through different versions really quickly because I'm not worried about how slow or how fast I write code. It's just how
Yeah.
quickly I can test what works.
Interesting. All of this. Okay. So it's fair enough to say that you have a lot of experience with AI and figuring it out, right? Because you know what the reality
I
is
would
when
say a
you
good
don't use
amount.
it. And then you know the reality when you use it, which is right now, and you're like, wow, it's really helped me. Across what you've learned from that side, and then also from your university studies and even in computer science, what's one thing that you have realized about machine learning and AI?
I'm kind of lost with what your question means. Are you saying like what is the biggest thing that I've taken away from both my university studies
Yeah,
and working on this project? I
especially
think
when
that
it comes to
you're
that tech front.
I think that honestly, universities have fallen behind on the way they handle AI, especially and computer science. I think computer science is still great to learn, like the fundamental building blocks of what you're writing and how to troubleshoot. But especially nowadays, like if you just go to university, you take all the classes and you can pass through all the exams with flying colors. But if you don't actually go out there and build a project, and honestly, like you are limited to 4 years. Like if you don't build a project and speed that crap up, you are not going to make it. Like
You're gonna be slow.
I was very lucky to get some opportunities here at UF doing research and working part time here. But a lot of that is definitely enabled by being able to be a generalist with LLMs. And, I honestly, you got to be humble. You got to admit that, like, at the end of the day, you aren't really writing that much of the code. And you have to be honest with yourself and with the people you're communicating these ideas to that, like, you're not trying to, like, chalk up to be some genius.
Interesting. Where do you see Pod within the next year?
Within the next year.
Yeah.
My biggest issue is marketing, honestly. Like I haven't told anyone about Pod on the App Store yet. And because like I'm having production level issues, like testing it right now, location. Like when I finally got it onto the App Store, there was a new host of issues that I never saw coming. So I'm hopefully by the 3 month mark, I get all these location tracking issues down, then I hammer out all the features. By 6 months, I make it just a more polished, cleaner idea. Right now looks like a little bit of a black box. Like it's very simple design. It's not the theme that I want from it yet, which is whales. Like obviously I told you I was a marine biology fan. I still am. All the projects that I do, they're named some kind of biology stuff, like pod is a pod of whales, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got to stick with that. That's like my thing.
Also, I was about to ask you that. Like, do you want to do anything relating to like your or like your passion in marine biology and like trying to combine it with AI?
Yeah. So I recently applied to Reef's internship. Reef.org is a large nonprofit for marine biology. I want to get in there and I want to do some volunteer work. I want to help them streamline the process, even for the free. Like, I just want to be a part of that. I love the ocean. That's like I know the environment encompasses all these other things like mountains and stuff, but the ocean is what my favorite stuff is. I was watching it as a kid, and the ocean documentary is just perfect.
I get
If
that.
you're out there like Claude Corpse working with Reef, like come on, hit me up.
Hey, we'll put his LinkedIn right there. Now, one thing and one question I do have for you is, before Pod, did you ever have another project or an app like it that you were working on?
In the beginning, honestly, I think everyone should start, and I think everyone did start with these YouTube tutorials, like whether you follow this guy, and like I ended up giving myself like imposter syndrome because I built these projects where like they seem complicated, but I really was just watching this guy on YouTube and just copying line by line what he was doing. But I think everyone should start there just to get like
Yeah.
a good feel of like, man, like, do I actually enjoy this? Like, is my satisfaction by the end of this project, like, is it there for me? Like, do I care about this? And like, would I ever see myself doing something like this on my own? And the guy's called JavaScript Mastery on YouTube, the GOAT of JavaScript tutorials. So good. So good for learning.
I was about to ask you, what's your like favorite like programming language, because you're in CS?
Depends what I'm doing. Like obviously like for apps and stuff, it's TypeScript using React. Like that's the bread and butter of it. But machine learning for my research roles and work, like Python. It's just
Everybody knows that they need AI in their business, but no one knows how to implement AI nor where to implement AI. And that is where WizAgents comes in. We provide consulting and bespoke AI architecture for your business. Just email hello@wizagents.ai and visit our website wizagents.ai for more information.
I know there are a lot of C++ fanboys, and I'm just not one of them. I don't really care about memory allocation and garbage collection. I just like reading like functional and understanding code.
What laptop do you use to develop an app like this and use AI?
I honestly, I have a Windows laptop and it's HP Victus, but I'm looking into getting a MacBook because testing on iOS, apparently you get access to Xcode, which lets you like manually put in data and use it like on laptop screen, which would be so nice. But you know, I'm not ready to cough up the $500 yet. I'm still driving around, but maybe I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean MacBooks are like the OS, and like I mean
Yeah,
I'm
it's
using
clean.
it right
It's
now.
clean. I'll give it to them. Apple did their big one with that. MacBook Neo
They
is
do
pretty cheap.
clean.
I think it's the best like starter grade laptop out there right now for the price.
Interesting. Now we are running out of time, so let's hit up the rapid fire section. Are you ready?
Hey man,
Claude or ChatGPT? I think I know the answer.
Claude instantly.
Claude Code, of course.
Depends on what I'm doing. Actually, depends on what I'm doing.
Really?
I think Claude for more complicated tasks is where it hits. I think ChatGPT still has it's great at being faster, especially image stuff. I'm personally not a fan of like image generation, that kind of stuff,
Same.
because I think image and art is what creativity is meant to be for, like instead of AI. I do think they're winning on that. I think it's great. I just don't personally use it. And especially like day-to-day tasks like writing quick functions, that kind of stuff, back checking, ChatGPT probably takes it. But for long, like continued projects, I'd probably go with Claude.
Interesting. But do you think like AI hinders creativity, or do you think AI pushes creativity?
Depends on who you are. Depends on what kind of person you are. If you're a person with big ideas and you have AI, depends on how you use it. I think I would have never been able to start this project without AI. Like I would have been sitting in the dumps, like, oh my god, like I can't figure any of this out, and I hit like a roadblock, and like you know, I might have like put a tamper on my like passion. So I think for me personally, it definitely helps. It let me unlock new opportunities. Like I used to hate on doing research. Like as a kid, I was like, my sister wanted to do that kind of stuff, and I was like, that's boring. That's boring. But you know, now that I'm here, like doing it, it's incredible. Like using AI, especially just for science and like math, those kinds of fields, is where it's at for me.
Interesting. Do you like to work from an office, or do you like to work from anywhere in the world?
Define anywhere in the world. Like, I'm not trying to be like somewhere that's like too hot, too humid. Like, listen, I'm from Vietnam. I'm a proud Vietnamese person, but every time I go back there, the water makes me crap, and it's too hot, it's too humid. So it depends on what you mean.
I guess like just not working from an office, working in like different environments all the time.
I kind of enjoy being in the office, but I'd like an office that's like Google's, like where it's like, you know, you watch those YouTube videos where like, you go into Google's office and it's just like a bunch of stuff. I like a structured place away from home where I go and like I can like focus specifically on that and be disconnected from like my day-to-day life and come back and like not have to think about it. So
That's
definitely
the only thing
but if I have to work in like a bank office, like I'm out.
Oh, no, for sure. But I'd say that's the one thing that I don't like about home offices, right? I use a home office, but it's very hard for me to sometimes separate like work life versus like school life or other life, because it's like it's all right here at my desk.
Yeah, I completely agree. My PC is like right behind this laptop screen, and like I'm itching to play something.
Do you like to wake up to an alarm, or do you like to wake up anytime you just happen to wake up?
I like to wake up with the sun. Honestly, I think waking up with the sun is like it makes you feel more refreshed. Like you're not worried about it because your body naturally wakes you up. I think the alarm sometimes, like when you're sleepy, you're groggy, you just like kind of just like turn it off like that, and you forget
Yeah.
about it. But like obviously, I think the alarm like has its uses. Like obviously, if I gotta wake up for something important, then you got to use it. But sleep with a window wide open, the sun wakes you up. It's pretty nice.
Interesting. Now,
Interesting
when you have
question.
yeah. Now, when you have a task at hand, do you like to just grind it out until it's done, or do you like to take breaks and take it in segments?
I think I'm more
Let's check
closer
your
to
Claude
grinding
history.
it
We'll
out.
find
I
out.
think I'm more. Sorry, what?
Let's check your Claude history. We can find out.
I think I'm closer to grinding it out in one go, like all in one go. But I do think like at a certain point, like everyone shouldn't work like consistently for like 8 hours straight. Your brain burns out and you end up hating what you do. I I go until my brain just tells me not to, and then it's like I go and I sit there, I think about it, I go to sleep, and sometimes it comes to me in my sleep, sometimes it doesn't, but it'll come to me eventually.
I get that. Now, do you like to drink energy drinks or coffee?
I like the taste of coffee. I'm a water guy. I don't drink. I don't like soda. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink any of that. I'm just a water guy.
Good. Well, what flavor of coffee do you like, or do you just like it black?
Vietnamese coffee is the number one in the world. I know my friend Ali. He probably argue me about Arabic coffee, but I think Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk is the best in the world.
Interesting. Now, the most final and important question of them all. We have had people get this wrong. Cereal before the milk or milk before the cereal?
Cereal before the milk is the only way. I'm sorry. Like if you disagree with that, you're just wrong.
There you
You
go.
put milk before the cereal just floats on the surface. Like
Exactly.
and if you're not eating like listen, the people who say like milk before cereal because like they don't want their cereal getting soggy, you're just eating too slow. I'm sorry. Like it's breakfast.
Yeah,
Like you gotta finish it and get out.
exactly. And also, like, you want your cereal as hard as a rock?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, come on. I'm not saying like have it 100% soggy, but at least have it a little bit like softer.
I agree. Did you honestly believe that, or are you like bouncing off whatever people say?
No, I do this.
All
I
right,
do that.
I believe you, man.
I keep up with my word. I keep up with my word. But Min, it was great having you on today. We'll put
Great
all the
being
links
here.
right there in the description. So please go ahead, check it out. And it was great having you on today.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.